Hello and welcome to another. Did you take an inhale?
Right, go. Go.
James is taking his inhaler. Right, let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Alfie's Business Club, the #1 billion-dollar only club in the world. This is where we separate the tech bros from the tech hoes. This is where we separate the Bill Gates from the billion-dollar Gates of your home. I am your host, your CEO, your founder, your leader, your president, and the SVP of sales, Alfie Dundas. I'm joined today by my summer work experience, James Mileham. James, say hi.
Hello.
And today we're talking creepy crawlies, James. Not the animals, but the humans, the creepiest humans I've ever met. We're talking, of course, about Palantir.
Okay, I don't know much about Palantir, I'll be honest.
Good start. Good start for the educational pod. I've got a little tiny overview here because this is a very secretive company that I feel like people have known about for a while. But if you've got your head in the sand and you're not an alpha, you might not know who we're talking about. You might not own a gilet, in which case you wouldn't know what we're talking about. But Palantir is basically a company that was founded in 2003, and it is a spying company. It is a data surveillance, very shady. A lot of people didn't really know what they did for a long time. Seedy, sort of undercover American company. It's now valued at about $500 billion. It's a $500 billion stalker. That's all you need to know.
So were these boys like, is this an old company, or is it kind of like, because I've never heard of it until like a couple of years ago.
This is a 22-year-old company that has kind of only really become legitimate recently. Well, let's start at the beginning. Let's talk about the boys. The boys are back.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town.
Here we go.
The boys are back in town, and the boys are basically Peter Thiel is the founder of Palantir. If you don't know Peter Thiel, he is going to come up a lot over the years of this podcast.
Right, okay.
Peter Thiel was one of the PayPal co-founders with Elon Musk. Don't know if you've heard of him. Tesla co-founder. Hosted SNL. Married to Grimes for a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, he married to Grimes for a bit. So Elon Musk and PayPal had a team of people, of which Peter Thiel was one. He made a bunch of money out of PayPal, and then he went and invested in a bunch of other things, including Facebook. So basically, he's a billionaire. Mm-hmm. And actually, can you get a picture of him up? Peter Thiel has been doing the rounds recently. Yeah,
oh my
God. There we go.
That's like American Psycho.
He looks like American Psycho if American Psycho was ugly.
Look at those eyes, those dead eyes.
He's seen things. Well, he's seen everything.
Right.
And now, let me be clear. Palantir comes from the all-seeing stones, the Palantiri in Lord of the Rings.
Okay,
now,
right.
You strike me as a man that watches quite a lot of Lord of the Rings.
How dare you?
A lot of our listeners have been commenting about that.
Have they?
They go, I don't know James, but I reckon he watches a lot of Lord of the Rings.
I have not. I don't think I've ever seen one. I might have seen the first one.
Right. Well, if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings...
fuck.
my intern is going to have to watch Lord of the Rings for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
The Palantiri in Lord of the Rings are the all-seeing stones, which is very shady. And these nerds were obviously quite obsessed with it. Can we get a picture of the Palantiri?
Yeah,
it's like a big rock.
It's
that thing where if you look into it, you see darkness.
Oh my God. They're not even hiding it.
They're not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it. Go back to Peter Thiel. So this bloke has recently made the news. This is Sauron.
Yeah.
But uglier and more scary. This is real life Sauron, right, who only sees his kids on the weekends. This is divorced dad Sauron, billionaire Sauron. Peter Thiel now believes that we are in the second, or like the second coming of the Antichrist. Okay, Peter Thiel. Okay, today, 2025, he's really worried about the Antichrist returning in human form. Which human being do you think Peter Thiel thinks is the Antichrist?
Like Obama.
Obama, not far off, but not quite right.
Obviously not Trump.
That makes sense. He's a president.
Obviously
not Trump.
No, he's a big Trump guy.
Christ.
Right. Who's like a? Is it like a wokey lefty?
Peter Thiel, with everything going on in the world, climate change, war, famine, poverty. Peter Thiel is convinced
Ed Sheeran.
That Greta Thunberg.
No.
A Swedish girl that takes boats around the world. He is convinced. He did an interview with the New York Times. This is the man that's spying on everyone. He has the most government contracts of any company in the world.
He thinks he's Sauron.
And he thinks that Greta Thunberg, the Swedish child, is the Antichrist. That paints a picture of who we're dealing with, right?
That's mad.
So Greta Thunberg is servant of the Antichrist, billionaire Peter Thiel. Billionaire Peter Thiel is worried about Greta Thunberg.
Look at her there. I mean, if that isn't the devil woman I've ever seen.
Look, no, wait. Just that top bit. No, go down a bit. There. Peter Thiel says that Greta Thunberg and critics of AI are, and I quote, legionnaires of the Antichrist.
Right.
The 8 hours of lectures fused religious beliefs with warnings against technology regulation. So he did 4 2-hour talks in San Francisco, basically saying, look, I know I've got hundreds of billions, and I know Musk's got hundreds of billions, and I know there's a war going on. But it's the critics of artificial intelligence and this, 20-year-old now?
Yeah.
18-year-old? Swedish schoolgirl. This is the Antichrist.
Evil comes in many forms, he says, and autism is one of them.
Autism, which is ironic because he definitely has it. Now, we've talked about autism a lot in this podcast so far because all of the great founders are autistic. However, there are 2 types of autism. There's the Peter Thiel brand.
Yeah.
Scary, all-seeing eye.
Yeah. I must watch everyone.
The all-seeing avoidance of eye contact.
Yeah. The no eye contact of
There's
Sauron.
the no eye contact, the all-seeing no eye contact stones of Sauron. And then you've got good autism, like Greta Thunberg, obsessed with trains as long as they're electric.
Yeah. And I would put, our previous podcast, I would put Steve Jobs in good autism.
And if you haven't seen our Steve Jobs 3-parter, that is out on all platforms. So go, and Steve Jobs, bad autist. Steve Wozniak, good autist.
Yeah, but I feel like Jobs is much more of a good guy than this.
Oh, we've never seen a bad guy like this before.
I mean,
okay, well, let's get into it because we're going to run out of time.
Just want to highlight very quickly the picture of him with Elon Musk and the PayPal old school.
And
Look
Elon
at
Musk
that.
had no hair. Elon
Look
Musk
at
was
that.
bald at like 20, and now it's due to some sort of voodoo Silicon Valley turkey teeth method.
Yeah.
If any Americans are listening, what is your equivalent of like going to Turkey for the hair transplant?
I think they go to Turkey.
From the US?
Yeah.
No, but they'd call that going to Europe.
Going to Europe.
I'm off to Europe.
But
Let's go to Europe for new tea.
I want to see the Eiffel Tower and get more tea.
I want to go to Rome.
Imagine predicting at this point here that these 2 people would be the most evil men.
Virgins.
Yeah.
In polo shirts.
Would
be the most evil men, combined net worth of about $1 trillion. But you know who really scares them? Greta Thunberg.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
A little girl.
So let's go back to the beginning, where all good stories start. 2003, Palantir is founded in Palo Alto, where all great companies are founded, James, by Peter Thiel and CEO Alex Karp. So basically, Peter Thiel bankrolls it. He spends about $30 million initially, and then he hires Alex Karp, who was an eccentric sort of philosophy PhD. You can get up a picture of him, but if you're listening to this, basically very mad scientist vibes. Kind of the opposite of what you'd expect. Big grey hair, little glasses, nerdy. We basically got a nerd and, importantly, a socialist.
I like the look of his face.
Kind-looking man.
Yeah.
That will change. Alex Karp, the socialist, Peter Thiel, the Antichrist, they team up and they get one paying client to begin with, which is the CIA.
It's a good client.
First client.
Yeah.
Hey, CIA. $2 million. They get a little investment from In-Q-Tel, which is the CIA venture arm. And it's at this point that the Tolkien-inspired culture really takes over. So the offices were codenamed the Shire, which is where the hobbits live, and Rivendell. And so you've already got basically spy nerds with too much cash. We got spy nerds who love Lord of the Rings and cash, it seems.
Yes. I mean, that's those seem like dangerous people to have a lot of money.
Those are dangerous people. And at this point, they only have one client. It's the CIA. And they maintain the CIA being their only client for quite a long time. 2005 to 2008, which is 2 years after we founded now. basically, through word of mouth, they just take on spy agencies. Spy agencies, a bunch during like the CIA, the NCA, the FBI. It's believed that Palantir's software helped the US locate Osama bin Laden in 2011.
Oh.
So it's not all bad news.
That's all right.
It's not all bad news.
Yeah.
But
he didn't call Osama bin Laden the Antichrist.
But no. Osama bin Laden, confused.
Right.
It's Greta Thunberg that's going to really fuck stuff up.
Right.
So basically, you've got the beginning, those first, let's call it 8 years, 2003 to 2011, you've basically got a very undercover company. Nobody really knows what they do. They have one client, which is the US government. What they do is they take data from wherever they can get it. Data, James, is like things.
So like if me and my girlfriend will go on a date.
Yeah, that's a data point. Where you went, how much you spent,
right.
your BMI,
right? Her
BMI. It's not all weight based, but sort of what you ate, how much time you took to eat it.
Okay.
Everything is a little data point.
Okay.
Now they don't focus too much on that. They focus more on color of your skin, migration status,
right,
and income level.
Oh,
so a little bit. So Osama bin Laden, I think, using satellites. Using maybe his credit, maybe I don't know if he went to McDonald's. You know, like Celebrity Hunted.
Yeah. So Osama bin Laden.
Channel 4's Hunted. Very similar thing. You got a bloke in the Shard shouting, "We got to catch them! Where are they?" Osama bin Laden made the mistake of going to visit his family. Right. I assume. I'm speculating.
I would like them to do a remake, but they have sort of wanted criminals team up with sort of D-list celebrities.
I'd watch Celebrity Hunted if they paired off like Jamie Liang with Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. Biggins and Osama bin Laden are hiding inside of Greg's.
Yeah, Biggins. It's like everybody that's on I'm a Celeb.
Yeah.
Plus everybody that's on the FBI watch list. Who's on the what? Basically Netanyahu and what would make a big splash? Netanyahu and like Boris Johnson's dad.
Yeah. Or yes, the FBI watch list. Should we see who's on the?
Let's click on it. Okay. So, by the way, everything we're doing right now, Palantir are watching this.
You reckon?
Yeah, because it's the all-seeing eye. It's not the somewhat seeing eye.
Right.
It's not the all-seeing lazy eye that sometimes goes left. It's the all-seeing eye. Who's top of the watch list at the moment?
Let's have a look. I didn't know if there was... there's a...
Fugitives.
Oh, my God.
There we go. Violent crimes, murderers, cyber crimes. Yeah, so there we go. Oleg Mikhailovich Stoknovov.
Yeah.
With... Abby Clancy. Yeah. And they got to stay off grid for 10 days and they can get 100 grand for children in need.
That would be great.
Channel 4, hit me up. Let's make this happen.
Yes.
What's Oleg wanted for? Conspiracy. Wait, go up. It said at the top. Conspiracy to commit computer fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering. Abby Clancy, host of a popular podcast with Peter Crouch.
We can search by sorted. Oh, can you search by like most wanted?
No, search by filter by categories on the left. What kind of criminal do we want?
We want
counterintelligence,
white collar crime, human trafficking. Oh,
women.
What?
Mostly women on the most wanted human trafficking.
Additional violent crimes.
Helena Panilag, famous wanted FBI human trafficker. With
Gemma Collins.
There
she goes.
Can they escape?
Oh, love, come on.
Come on, love.
I'll tell you what, she could human traffic Gemma Collins.
Leave the kids, they'll weigh us down. Helen's really sticking it. Right, back to Palantir, because we're now spending too much time on the FBI watch list, and we're now on it.
Yeah.
We're now in 2010.
Right.
People still don't really know. The public still don't really know what's going on. Palantir are secretly doing all this dodgy stuff. We get the first public backlash to what they're doing. Palantir in 2010 were enlisted by a law firm called Hunton and Williams to take down WikiLeaks on behalf of Bank of America. So WikiLeaks was the big scandal about something.
They put a website up for WikiLeaks, and it just had basically all the secrets.
All the secrets of the government.
So what's his name? Who's that bloke?
Assange.
Julian Assange. Yeah.
Julian Assange. So Bank of America hire their law firm. The law firm hire Palantir. Palantir purposefully spread disinformation about the journalists and the people reporting on WikiLeaks.
Right.
So Palantir basically get caught because they create a PowerPoint presentation and most of the slides are just like, here's how we're going to smear the critics.
Right.
And neutralize. Which
the critics of who?
The critics of...
the US government?
Of the US government. So the journalists writing about WikiLeaks and criticizing Bank of America, Palantir basically create a deck and they go, well, we know all these things about these journalists, like their search history and they're cheating on their wives and these kind of things, those kind of data points. Right. And we're going to like release all that. It's a smear campaign. It's the original fake news. They get caught doing that. They get caught doing another thing in 2011, which is quite similar, where once again, they were basically hired by the US Chamber of Commerce to sabotage labor activists. So once again, government hiring them to leak basically misinformation or real information that is damning on these people that were unionizing for labor campaigns. Both of those things get leaked in the same year. They say sorry, but insist, and this is Karp, a quote direct from Karp, he insists that the dirty tricks were, and I quote, contrary to Palantir's ethics. So let's make it very clear that it is not in the ethical code of Palantir to do something dirty.
They have an ethical code.
They say that. They say, I'm sorry. They do it again 6 months later.
Okay. Oh, is this another one? We're finding out, we've only done 2 topics so far, but...
Within 2011, they do something a bit dirty, bit of dirty misinformation and fake news, smear campaigns. They say, sorry, that is so not in our code of ethics. And then 6 months later, they do it again. What we're going to learn over the next 10 years of Palantir is Palantir physically can't stop committing crime. They love it too much.
Let me do some crime.
Oh, let me do some crime. Oh, did you do that smear campaign? Yeah, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Do it again the next day. They absolutely love it.
All right.
So at the same time, they're getting all these public smear campaigns, but privately, they're just signing more agencies. So in 2012, we start the real rise of Palantir as a big dog. They sign, in 2013, a dozen agencies from the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, the Marine Corps, and the Special Operations Command. Basically, they become the big dog for the US intelligence.
Right.
What could go wrong?
Yes.
They get hired by New Orleans police department to do a predictive policing policy. Now, you're not going to believe this.
I assume it's a policy that it's sort of very neutral.
It's very neutral.
Yeah.
It's very neutral. Basically, what ends up happening is they have this software and it was very good at detecting skin tone.
Oh.
And I can't believe this happened because this really took me by surprise. They put quite a lot of minorities in prison with very little evidence.
Oh, no.
It was predictive policing. So it was like, this person looks like they might commit a crime.
Right.
Chuck them in prison.
You know what I would have done? Instead of targeting the people with different skin colors, darker skin tones, I'd imagine, I would have gone after the people. They should get a tracking device that tracks people with those big curly mustaches.
They look evil.
They're the evil ones.
Italians. Wait, no.
Yeah, the ones that are like the, you know, those like fellas.
In real life, or is this in Mario Kart?
Well, I assume Mario Kart.
Okay, fine.
Real life are very similar.
I feel like you're trying to put Waluigi in prison. I'm not 100% sure that's what the New Orleans PD were doing, but similar idea. They were going, they basically had technology that would look at images and then make predictive things, and they'll kind of go, well, he looks like a wrong-un prison. And the funniest thing about that, not that it's very funny, right, but the funniest thing, and there is a funniest thing, even though the whole thing's not funny, is that they did it pro bono. So they were like, we'll do it for free.
That's great.
We'd absolutely love to do this.
It'll be our pleasure.
It would be our absolute pleasure. Right. And later on, and again, this is going to really surprise you, they do get done for discrimination in their own hiring processes at Palantir.
No.
I know.
What?
It's always the ones you least expect.
It is. So this is pre-Trump.
This is pre-Trump. At this point, yeah, you're right. We need to put this into context. Trump is still just a businessman.
Well,
celebrity.
Getting towards 2015.
Well, 2012, 2013,
Yeah.
he is a businessman that is starting to become a national celebrity for being a bit outspoken.
Right.
I imagine it's 2014, 2015 that he launches his presidential bid.
Okay.
When does Trump? For the first one, he gets selected for the first time in 2016. So I assume we're talking 2014, 2015. So at this point, he's going around the country. He's meeting people. People are going, you should run, you should run. He goes to New Orleans. He goes, I like what the police are doing here. It's smart. I'm happy with it. And he ran a successful campaign in 2016. He formally announced June 2015. So this is pre-Trump.
Okay, right.
Trump's still judging Miss World USA. In 2013, they raised $800 million and they're valued at $9 billion.
Jeez.
However, they still haven't made a profit.
That seems unusual.
It's unusual.
Is he getting big payouts though? Is Thiel and Carp getting good cash?
I don't think so. I think they're getting now their stock of the valuation is very valuable.
Right.
They still don't really have that many clients. Their biggest client is still the government. In 2014, they started inking some pretty controversial deals. They signed their first $50 million contract with ICE, the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Heard of them.
ICE, that was fairly controversial. They remained low for a little bit, and then later on, it was revealed that Palantir software would track and target undocumented immigrants by aggregating a bunch of data on employment, phone records, and addresses.
So it's not really true. It's like they're guessing a little bit.
They're guessing a little bit, or they're using data that they shouldn't really have access to.
Right.
That becomes a bit of a running theme.
And how much investment do they put in people sat on benches with newspapers with eyes holes cut out?
Quite a lot. I think that's most of it.
That's $1 billion at least.
That's $1 billion. And also, you know those statues that only move if you give them a coin?
Yeah.
And then they tell you a secret, like in a video game.
£1 billion with paintings with moving eyes, please.
No one really knows they just have offices. They're not on the ground anywhere.
Right.
They're just buying data and doing things with it. At this point, 2014, they also expand. They take an American gap year trip to Europe.
Ooh.
They sign Denmark, Secret Service, Mossad.
Oh God.
Hell yeah. We're doing big business here. They come to Europe. They go to Europe. They see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
They get turkey teeth. They do an American girls trip to Europe.
Let's go to Europe.
Let's go Europe.
Yeah.
Picantes.
Oh my God. They've gone to Denmark.
Well, they've gone to Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cold. Ooh, cold.
Freezing.
And they've gone to Mossad.
Which is?
Look it up.
That's
well, Mossad is obviously not a place, but they've. I think if we start looking up Mossad next to the FBI Most Wanted, I think we're in trouble.
Okay, right. We know where they're from.
It's Israel's intelligence.
Okay.
So from from Israel to Denmark.
If they upgrade on...
It's a shit gap here, that.
I know. Although Denmark, they've got the colourful houses, haven't they?
It's not the culture city. I mean, you want to go, what, Venice, Rome?
Yeah.
It's someone from America booking a gap year based on ChatGPT rather than any local knowledge.
Yeah.
What are you going? Well, Copenhagen, then Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
I don't know that's a flight.
Right. What you need to do, go into France.
Yeah. Eurostar. Brussels.
Lovely. Go to Bruges.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
You lovely bit of Bruges. But I can't imagine there's much going on in, actually, probably France.
Well, go to Copenhagen, sure.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing with Denmark is not necessarily drinking coffee and buying Arquette.
All right.
They're not doing Danish minimalism.
Right.
They are doing almost exclusively ethnic targeting.
Okay.
2015, they hit $20 billion valuation.
My
20
God.
bill. And this is why we're interested, because this is $1 billion podcast.
But they're not public yet.
They're not public, and they've still not made a profit. Okay. They're losing money. They're losing $600 million over about a 10-year period.
Right.
Gone. And then another $600 million in 2018. They have two types of client. Big business, JP Morgan, Airbus, bankers, and planes. Just the good guys.
That seems okay.
Other half of the business, government official agencies from the US to Israel.
It's weird that the moral part of your business, your moral clients are JP Morgan.
Yeah. You know what? On a company's website where it says like, oh, we work with like the NHS and no. And it's like tiny little contract. They're like, but we also work with JP Morgan and Bank of America and Exxon and Shell. Actually, can we pull up Palantir's website?
Yeah, let's have a look.
I would love to see what they say they do.
Palantir, home.
Palantir, proud to serve the NHS.
What the heck?
Called it.
What the heck?
Called it. Get me in. See, when they say serve the NHS, what they mean is they have information on all the immigrants that work in the NHS. They do that pro bono. So the front page of Palantir UK is that the NHS used the tool.
Key tool in the NHS biggest ever exercise in operational data integration.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, to be fair, this is because they did a lot of work during COVID, because COVID was great for data because everyone was stuck at home.
Okay.
So actually, the reason they work with the NHS is because this gives them access to everyone's medical records.
Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh God, I started this. I thought that we just have a look at a couple of evil blokes, and as we get on to a bit more of this, I'm a bit terrified.
This is still like minor. At this point, they are basically working with the CIA. They have a massive amount of power. They're arming the deep state.
I've heard of that.
Now, the deep state is sort of, I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or like a real thing, but it's like the people behind the people.
Right. So the people being the Secretary of State, President.
Yeah, but who's the behind that?
Behind those people.
Is it Rockefeller? Is it Kanye?
Yeah.
It's Illuminati shit. There's a lot of conspiracy going on. But what's funny is the conspiracies are often more tame than the reality.
Because I thought as a kid, Rihanna was the Illuminati.
No, Rihanna's a popular singer, pop singer.
But you know when as a kid you look at those videos and it's like Rihanna did this sign on Jimmy Fallon. Yeah.
I've been dropping some of these across the episodes. What is it? It's meant to be the pyramids.
Yeah, like the pyramid. Yeah. The all-seeing eye. But in reality, it is a sweaty nerd who likes Lord of the Rings.
It's a sweaty Lord of the Rings nerd who now has a $20 billion valuation.
Right.
In 2016, the US Department of Labor, who were a client of Palantir, sued Palantir for racial discrimination. What? What?
I can't. No, listen. There's a lot of things I believe about this.
Fake news.
It's not really one of them.
Well, the thing I didn't understand here, and I would hate to stereotype.
Yeah.
But what they got done for was routinely eliminating Asian job applicants.
From their own
hiring process, equally qualified Asian applicants were passed over in favor of white applicants. Now, not only is that racist, it's also not particularly productive.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've met a white American recently.
I don't know if you've met an Asian
American. Genius.
They're
very clever.
I would just use it to discriminate against the whites.
I thought it was going to be the other way around.
Yeah.
I thought they were only hiring Asian Americans, and then like Midwest white Americans, they just weren't seeing.
Why would they? If you want to look at data, get the Asians in.
Yeah.
They're great at it.
They're great. They're really good with data. Tell you who's not good with data? Americans.
No.
Numbers. White Americans, shocking with data.
Yeah.
Also, the founders of this company, Karp and Thiel, they're not American.
Are they not?
What? Alex Karp and Peter Thiel.
Oh, where are they from?
They're German.
They're Germans.
We'll get onto this. I've actually got something on that.
God
we'll get onto
almighty.
that. They are technically German.
Because the Germans are good at numbers.
They're great with numbers.
Yeah, those are the whites you want.
Yeah, those are the whites that really kick in. Those are the engineering. Well, the European whites, German, Scandinavian,
good at numbers.
Productivity.
Yeah.
The American whites.
I don't trust French with numbers.
I wouldn't hire a single American white. I don't know a single American white that I'd hire.
No.
And US Department of Labor, come at me for that.
Yeah.
I'm not an equals opportunity employer.
No.
I'm not hiring a white American. That's the bottom of my tier list. Palantir denied that they did anything wrong in not hiring Asian people.
Again, they've gone, we didn't do it.
They said we didn't do it, but we will settle it for 1.7 million.
Right.
So it's, if you've listened to our Steve Jobs episode, Steve Jobs accused of having a kid, and he said, I couldn't possibly have a kid, but that is my kid. Now, they've done the exact same thing. It's very smart. I'm starting to pick up a real trend with these billionaires. You have to just be completely deluded. You have to be entirely deluded. Did we not hire any Asian people in favor of dumb white Americans? No. But yes, here's $1.7 million to make it go away.
Right.
They said they didn't do it, but basically, it's just to paint the picture. Palantir is kind of considered a white male Silicon Valley techies only, rich people only club,
Right.
and we disagree with that on this podcast.
Okay.
Well, I do.
I do agree. Yes, I disagree with that.
I notice you haven't taken the tag off your gilet yet.
Well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, to be honest.
Well, if I can find an Asian American that will produce this podcast, you're out. So keep the tag on the gilet.
Can I do the accent?
No.
Okay.
We'll do that on the Patreon exclusive. Okay. Now we hit 2016, 2017. Big year for Trump. Trump's in the game.
Yeah.
The UK is out of the EU. Trump is into the White House. Trump 1.0. Now this is huge. Peter Thiel is a big Trump supporter, and he even joined the transition team into power. Trump was not transitioning into a woman. I want to make that clear.
Yeah,
although that would be one hell of a headline. After everything, trans Trump.
I mean, if he did that,
great.
That would be great.
It'd be great. He does kind of look like a drag queen already.
He does. He's got a very camp vibe about him.
He would be a great, like RuPaul, but for America.
Yeah.
Or maybe RuPaul is American.
RuPaul is American, yeah.
Anyway, I don't know how we got to RuPaul. Palantir is now top dog in the government.
Right.
CEO Alex Karp is a socialist, and he said that Trump's kind of embrace of everything, Thiel's public embrace of Trump made things a little bit difficult. Alex Karp doesn't immediately love Peter Thiel getting to bed with Trump,
right?
Because he's a socialist and Trump's a fascist, and those are quite hard things to put together. Karp even donated to the Clinton-Biden administration to Hillary, although I imagine Palantir then hacked her emails. So there's a lot of like, I'm sorry, I didn't do it, but I did, and here's some money. Oh, sorry, I was racial profiling. I won't do it again. Unless I can do it again tomorrow.
So Trump, I imagine, loves this stuff.
Trump is absolutely loving it. And in 2017, we get another big scandal. And this is the first one. This is the first time I heard about Palantir, and you probably heard about it as well, the Cambridge Analytica scandal.
No, I've heard that name.
So Cambridge Analytica was a scandal where in 2017, 2018, there was a whistleblower called Christopher Wiley. And he testified that Cambridge Analytica had illegally harvested data from Facebook profiles and then used it so that Trump could target the people that were on the borders of not knowing who to vote for.
Oh.
So Cambridge Analytica was very suspicious, and a lot of people believe that Cambridge Analytica was the reason Trump won the election. They had tens of millions of Facebook users' data, and they used them to then serve them political ads. And a lot of those ads were mental, by the way. They were like Hillary Clinton looking like the devil. It was the original deepfakes, videos. Yeah. So look up 2017 or like 2016 Trump ads, Cambridge Analytica. I mean, is that going to make sense? Yeah, Cambridge Analytica's blueprint for Trump's victory. Let's see if we can get any ads. What they basically did, as far as I remember, is target people that were in swing states. Mm-hmm. And those are states where people swap wives and stuff. And those states happen to be the ones that like can really turn the election. So there you go. Whoa. Hold on now. Go down. You could see it. Ooh. What the hell?
I'm behind a paywall.
No,
there we go.
It's The Guardian. It's free media.
Right.
Go down to the ads below. I just want to read one of those out. Go down, there, go down. There. So persuasion search advertising. So if you searched Trump-Iraq war, then there would be an ad. The top result come up would say Hillary voted for the Iraq war. Yeah. Donald Trump opposed it. Then the next one, if you typed in Hillary trade, Hillary supports NAFTA. She will ship jobs overseas.
Whoa.
So I don't know what the rules are with targeting people with political ads, but Meta have now cracked down on it.
Right.
But at the time, it was all a little bit confusing. Cambridge Analytica were also involved in Brexit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a really big dog company. Wiley, the whistleblower, revealed that Cambridge Analytica met with Palantir employees and even worked out the same offices. One Palantir engineer, Alfredas Chimieliaksquas, what the hell? Alfredas allegedly advised Cambridge Analytica on how to use stolen Facebook data for voter manipulation.
Right.
Now, could this have possibly happened? Yes. Peter Thiel was on the board of Facebook.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So Peter Thiel's going, you want some Facebook data? Here you go. Here, have some yummy data. Win Trump the election. Trump wins the election. That's what some people think.
And then
I'm just asking questions.
I can imagine Trump then uses Palantir for all of its stuff.
Trump then, Palantir do some big business in Trump 1.0.
Right, okay.
But just to finish on Cambridge Analytica, this did make its way overseas to the UK. Mm-hmm. The UK Parliament called out Palantir in an inquiry, and the MPs noted the, quote, questionable integrity of Palantir's management.
What's a British way of putting it?
And which is the most British way. It's like when Prince Andrew said Epstein's behavior was unbecoming. Palantir, that is lacking, that's of questionable integrity. Not of no integrity, questionable integrity. Palantir said, yeah, sorry, won't do it again. And kind of went on with their life.
Okay.
In 2018, there were public protests against Palantir due to its role in immigration enforcement. So Palantir is now heavily involved in the ICE deportation thing.
During Trump's first reign.
This is Trump's first term. And a lot of a lot of employees at Palantir protested against their own company.
Okay.
Palantir's tech was deeply involved in the deportations by identifying people. Now, Alex Karp came out and said, look, we just crunched the numbers. He basically just said, look, we just point out where the foreign people are. We're not going around in the truck.
They go, there they are.
They go, there they are.
Yeah.
But whoa, it wasn't me. Oh.
Yes.
They're over there, but I'm not involved.
Seems very much like a, I was just following orders.
I was just following orders.
Yeah.
I was just following orders. I was just pointing out who the weakest kid was.
Yeah.
I didn't wedge him.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
What? What's a ridiculous idea to call me a bully? How dare you? How dare you? He goes, well, you
pointed him out.
You pointed out that he hates getting wedgies. And now he's getting loads of wedges.
But so he's pointing out the foreign fellas.
He's pointing out people who are in the country illegally. A lot of people fall through the gaps and maybe were there legally, but it's more the methods by which they're doing it. They have access to data because of their deep integration in the US government and obviously in the UK government as well with things like Brexit. And obviously with the Facebook data, you now have people's emails, phone numbers, credit card data, their address, their travel.
What they like, what they don't like.
What they like, what they don't like, where they go to eat. Yeah. Where they walk, where they shop. And
basically use all that data to go, right, we need to get these people to...
Well, not only can we then build a profile that says they should be deported because of X, Y, and Z, right. We also know exactly where they are.
Right.
It's Big Brother. Presented by Emma Willis.
Emma Willis now?
Well, I think she was the original.
Was she? But, not Diane, what's her name?
Abbott.
No, Diane Abbott.
Keaton.
Yeah. No, what's her name? Diana?
Lady.
No, what's the...
Well, I guess you'll leave the house. If you were... It was a bit crowded in the Big Brother house. There were 18 of us.
Who's the mates with Claudia, the one who had a coke problem? What's her name?
Tess Daly?
No. Tess Daly.
Tess Daly got a coke. Is that an exclusive?
No. What's her name? I think she's nice.
Well, the original Big Brother?
Yeah.
Host.
I
thought it was Emma Willis. Yeah, Emma Willis to be Davina McCall.
Davina McCall, not Diana. Davina.
Sorry, whoa, okay. Davina McCall's got a coke problem.
I mean, that's libelous. If I've said that, that's libelous. No,
but I said it with a question mark at the end.
No, I have.
As if to imply, surely not. But she can't have a coke problem. She works in entertainment. No one in
Davina McCall. Oh, okay.
Davina McCall's heroin story. Okay, we're going to move on from that. But yes, Alex Karp is Davina McCall. Peter Thiel is Emma Willis.
Right.
And they've gone into the Big Brother house, but the Big Brother house isn't 20 random Brits with BO. It's 300 million American data points.
Right.
It's the employment records, the immigration status, the whereabouts of 300 million Americans.
And I assume a few of them are going to get kicked out.
A few of them get kicked out. But again, Alex Karp maintains all we did was point out where they were.
Right.
we cannot be held responsible for what Trump then went and did with that data. My eyes are he did the kind of, the monkey, I can't,
Yes.
He went, we just crunched the numbers, and then, I don't see no evil. He's cute. He's cute with it. He uses a lot of emojis. The pressure culminated in 2020. Amnesty International did a report in 2020 that declared Palantir at high risk of contributing to human rights violations. Look.
Oh, no.
It's not good stuff so far. Let's see if it gets better. I don't think it will.
Okay.
In 2019, 2020, all of this pressure from all the liberal Silicon Valley tech people gets to them.
The wokies.
The woke mind virus has taken over Palo Alto.
Yeah.
It's wine region and woke nonsense. And they relocate from Palo Alto to Denver, Colorado. Now that's interesting.
Yes?
Yeah? What were you going to say?
I was going to say the Denver airport.
Denver does have an airport, yeah.
Have you seen that?
It's nice to get you contributing on this pod.
Do you know about the Denver airport?
What do you mean?
Okay, so I've been to, is it Denver?
I've been to Denver airport. I've been skiing in Aspen, James.
Okay. So the conspiracy is
thanks to
that the
Thiel.
US government,
Yeah.
a lot of Illuminati stuff happens yes.
Can't be near Palantir.
Because, this is way before Palantir.
I won't have that. Is this Area 51?
So look, there's like crazy things. I mean, look at the shape of the airport.
Okay, James has currently got an image of the Denver airport bird's eye view, and someone's just drawn a swastika on it. I really don't think that's very convincing at all.
No, but there is a lot of stuff about the Denver airport being like a hub of conspiracy and Illuminati stuff.
Well, the reason they moved to Denver, and probably the reason there's so much conspiracy there, is because Denver is closer to Washington DC, and that is where the government is.
What about the giant blue horse sculpture and its nod to the four horsemen of the apocalypse?
Yeah, but James, it's got a giant blue horse sculpture. That could be a nod to Warhorse. That could be no one's going, it's the Spielberg center of the world.
It's underground tunnels that have secret bunkers.
Yes, but that is secret bunkers are fun and games.
Okay, right. Sorry, yeah.
You don't understand rich people. Right. We like bunkers.
Right.
Denver is where the military are. A lot of military bases are based out of Denver.
Okay.
So they've gone from liberal Silicon Valley to warmongering Denver. They've gone from sort of Hackney to Bryce Norton. They've given up the coffee. They've taken on bullets.
Right.
Gilets are off. Body vests are on. It's a stark look. And then in 2020, Wall Street comes knocking, and after 17 years of secrecy, they go public. An IPO, which we've discussed before, it's not a type of pale ale beer.
Okay.
That's an IPA.
Okay.
An IPO is when a company goes public and everybody can buy stocks. And now people know what you're doing because every year you have to file your accounts. So once they IPO, we suddenly get to see who the clients are. And the fact that they are still making no money. The market capitalization is $16.5 billion at the IPO point. They've still made no profit, but they maintain the claim that they are of talismanic importance to Western security. Peter Thiel rings the bell remotely, and on the day that they go public, the stock doubles.
Whoa.
Within about 6 months. So it starts to go up on the day they go public, and over the next 6 months it doubles, purely driven by memes. Palantir memes, meme stocks. Look up me. I want to get. Can you get one of those meme stocks on? Palantir meme stocks, IPO. Basically, a lot of people going, they've made no money, so I'm going to buy it. It's kind of mass hysteria. It's all gone wrong.
Is this like a GameStop type deal?
Yeah, there's kind of memes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so that's a meme of Family Guy. It's kind of GameStop kind of vibes.
Okay.
But there was still a bit of skepticism because they were very reliant on government deals. 50% of their revenue was coming from the government. And they'd started to take on a bit of what they call philanthropy, COVID response, disaster relief. It's not really philanthropy. They're just getting more data throughout it. And in its SEC filings, which is what you file to the, I think that's social, I can't remember what that is, but that's the kind of financial regulation body. They publish a philosophical letter in which they point out that they will never support China.
Good.
So to appease everyone in the US that's worried And there are people that are worried. They go, you've never made any money and half of your clients are the government. They go, yeah, but we'll never work with China.
Okay, fine.
Problem solved.
I assume they're not going to work with China.
They never work with China.
That's good.
They don't work with China.
Fine.
They work with Israel and they work with Ukraine.
Right.
And they get wooed by Russia.
Wuhan.
They get Wuhaned by Russia, which is where you go and eat a bat with Vladimir Putin.
I just want to point out,
yeah.
the reason the Palantir comes to my mind before we did this was that during 2020, during the pandemic, I downloaded Trading 212, and in my naivety, I was like trying to do the stocks, you know, with like 100 quid, you try and it appears that I invested in Palantir. I bought stocks in Palantir.
When? 2020?
I sold it in 2024. 2024.
Oh, James, you should have held, brother.
I know. I made £49.19 on my investment.
Off what? Off how much? 100 quid?
I put in 22 quid and I made £49.
What?
It's not bad, is it?
It tripled.
I think so. Have a look at that. Maybe we'll cut this out.
Are we now like in breach of like insider trading?
I don't know.
By the way, this podcast is and will never be financial advice. I want to make that very clear. You bought $22 worth of no.
Right.
No.
Right.
The price was $22 and you bought 5 stocks.
Okay.
So like I predicted, you spent $100.
Okay.
You made a result of plus $49. You made 50% on your investment.
That's pretty good.
You made 50% of your investment. They took 13p as a fee.
Well, it's worth it. That's
well
all right, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But that's what, you know,
that's why you know, because it's made you rich.
It's made me, that's how I could afford this.
But you know, I wonder if our listeners are wondering if it's worth their time that you made $49 back in 2024.
All right, we'll cut that out then.
No, keep it in. I want the record to show that it's James Mileham wasting your time, and he won't be here next week. But it makes sense that you would invest in 2020. That is when they kind of get COVID contracts. They secure a federal contract to power a project called HHS Protect Now, which is quite a threatening way of looking after people. It's the US government's COVID data platform, which basically means they now get the health data on millions of Americans. Now, some people said, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe they shouldn't have that. And they said, we promise we'll be good. We promise. It's not going to be like the last 6 times. I promise we're going to do nothing wrong. And in the UK, the same kind of thing happened. They got access to the NHS data store. For Palantir, now the COVID response is purely being based off their data.
Right.
Their analytics.
Right.
In 2021, they go global. Real global. They've done one little gap year to Europe, but now we're talking really global. They get a $1.3 billion Pentagon contract to basically become the US Army's operating system. Nice. And then they push into Europe with a proper 6-week gap year. They go and do the operations for the German government, British government, French, the Mossad again. So good they had to do it twice.
They're back.
And basically these expansions were met with quite a lot of backlash. In Europe, we're quite woke relative to the US, and a lot of people weren't happy with it. So in Germany, Palantir's crime analytics tool was ruled unconstitutional by a court in 2023 because it violated privacy. But instead of dropping the tool, the German authorities simply changed the law.
Oh my God.
To accommodate Palantir.
Jesus Christ.
So they're really just doing what they want and then not apologizing and then getting the law changed.
Oh my God. So they've gone from America. They've expanded.
They've expanded.
Really expanded, yeah.
They're on a European tour. They're doing all the big venues.
They're Mr. Beasts.
They're Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
They're Mr. Beast live. The Mr. Beast experience live.
Taylor Swift.
But it's not like, you know, stay in the circle, win 100 grand. It's give us all your data and give us 50 million.
Yeah, cheers.
It's like you look at the thumbnail and you go, no one's going to click that.
Yeah.
They all click it. They go, that. It's a big thumbnail and it's got Alex Carp with a big grin or like shock factor.
Yeah.
You know, I survived 15 years without turning a profit. and then in brackets, gone wrong. And it's a picture of him with like a drone behind him.
Yeah, a big explosion.
Big explosion.
Yeah.
And all of the leaders of all the countries go, click.
Yeah.
I'll watch that on my lunch break. That's great.
So this is 2021. Who was Prime Minister? Boris.
Boris is in charge, talking about ChatGPT, AI. And a lot of people think that Thiel and Karp have certain sort of relationships with German state officials. Both Karp and Thiel have German roots, and a lot of people speculate that there's some bit of backdoor influence.
Okay.
Now, that is not the euphemism.
It's a backdoor influence
for sort of Berlin nightclub, Kit Kat club, what goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
That is that they have unofficial channels and routes.
Right.
Now, this isn't in the research doc, but I watched a video on this, which was at this time, Putin's delegates meet Peter Thiel when he's doing a gap year trip to Europe. And they try and convince him to come and have a meal with Putin in Moscow. Peter Thiel says no. And he then goes back to the US and he says to the US, Russia's looking a bit spicy. We should start working with our allies in Europe.
Interesting.
So to give Peter Thiel his credit, he then, and we'll see in a minute, does go on to arm and give data to Ukraine.
Okay.
But he did turn down a date with Putin, which a lot of people haven't done.
I'd meet Putin for a bit of backdoor influence.
Well, we're hoping we might get Putin on the pod at some point.
Yes, so we won't bet. Let's not say.
Well, I think it's between us and trigonometry to getting him on next.
Yeah.
They've done BB, which means the next is to get Putin on. So no, the backdoor influence is not, and I want to really stress this, I'm not implying that Peter Thiel and Alex Karp and German officials in Berlin ever had a personal relationship.
No.
I'm saying they had maybe a phone number, an email that was off the books.
Yes.
They didn't go through the official front door channels.
They met each other in Berghain.
They make each other in Bernheim, backdoor influence. They get all these contracts with the German government. The German government go, that is unconstitutional. And then they go, fuck it, we'll change the law.
Brilliant.
Also, a bunch of Germans, about 200,000 Germans signed a petition trying to get rid of them. Now, when the Germans are annoyed at what you're doing in terms of surveillance, you listen.
Yeah.
Because they have history with this
They
kind
don't
of stuff.
mess around, yeah.
We're in 2022. The conspiracies go crazy. There's an investigative journalist called Whitney Webb, and she starts fronting a bunch of conspiracy theories. Now, a lot of the conspiracy theories to me are less shocking than what actually happened.
Right.
She claims that Palantir was essentially a front for the CIA's post 9/11 Total Information Awareness Program, which is like, I just don't see how that is a conspiracy.
No, that's clearly what they're doing.
9/11 happens in 2001.
Yeah.
In 2003, they set up a company. All they do is work with the government authorities on surveilling people.
Yeah.
Because they want total information and they want full awareness. And she says, maybe there's a CIA post 9/11 total awareness, information awareness program. And everyone goes, you're a conspiracy theorist.
No shit. Obviously, that's what's happening.
Yeah, no shit. She linked Palantir and the Israeli Mossad to a kind of this way she took it a bit far, to this global effort of world domination.
Right.
They also allegedly have access to Epstein's network.
Oh.
Now, I'm always confused that these companies have data on, they show off. We know where everyone is all the time and exactly what they're doing. And then you go, well, can you release the Epstein files? And they go, mate, wish I could.
Yes.
But no one knows where it is.
I've actually lost that.
I've actually lost that.
Where are my files?
By the way, if it ever existed.
Yeah, what files? Al?
What files?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean what files? Why is...
What's in there?
Right. These are not necessarily the Epstein files.
Right, can I have a look?
This is like Schrödinger. This is the Epstein. No.
Can I have a look?
Is it Schrödinger's cat?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the Epstein files, but if you believe these are the Epstein files here on my desk, then it could be.
Right.
2025, James Mileham.
Oh my God.
Was on the island.
Yeah, was
No, they claim to have every single piece of data except conveniently access to the Epstein stuff.
Right.
Or they would have to claim we do have them, but I'm not going to show them. It's a bit like the argument for God. Well, either you're not there or you're there and you're not doing anything.
Right.
Which is it? And they go, no, well, I just choose not to.
Do you think in the future they're going to be like, they're going to do the classic, sorry,
we actually had them all along.
Yeah.
We had them all along.
Okay.
We're just massively in them.
Yeah, it actually is all of us.
And then in 2023, Palantir, last-ditch attempt, they pivot and they call themselves a cutting-edge AI company.
Ooh.
Now, that's clever, James. That's quite subtle. Let me take you through what's happened there. They are not an AI company, but then they say that they are an AI company.
Okay.
And that immediately means they're off the hook for everything. It's a great move for any company.
Smart.
Lesson number 14 of Alfie's Business Club. If you're struggling a little bit, just say that you do cutting edge AI rather than we do human surveillance. It's a whole new thing. Your valuation doubles. You get given a gilet.
Is this podcast an AI podcast?
This is an AI backed podcast. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's an AI enabled information distribution platform.
Oh, so I assume we're going to get a lot of investment now.
We've got hundreds of millions of pounds.
Great.
From Peter Thiel. He's really into what we say, which is a bit worrying.
Is he coming on?
He's coming on the pod.
Good.
He's coming on. I've got a backdoor relationship with Peter Thiel, so
He'll
be on the pod soon enough.
Hell yeah.
In 2023, also Palantir embeds engineers within Ukraine's military during the war, and he gets a bit of praise for that, for helping Ukraine identify Russian targets, which pisses off Putin, because Putin, as I said, wanted to wine and dine Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel goes, no, it's like, come dine with me. He goes, 3, and he's in the cab on the way home. 3, not interested, don't want to go back. Putin watches it and he goes, what a sad little life you lead. He's really unhappy.
I wanted to take you to Café Rouge.
Yeah. Café Rouge is actually great because it's communist.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, no.
It's red.
It's red.
Yeah.
Café Rouge isn't, as far as I'm aware, I'm not implying.
I haven't seen a Café Rouge in years.
Café Rouge is not a communist business. I'm saying Russia's a communist country, red. Café Rouge, red.
Right.
Great. But I'm glad I had to clear that up.
Is Café Rouge still around? Have you seen a Café Rouge in the last year?
No, I used to go and get the croque monsieur from Café Rouge. Is Café Rouge bankrupt? Should we do an episode on Café Rouge?
Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look.
If you work at Café Rouge, email in. We'll get you on the pod. No, Café Rouge still exists.
Oh, it's still in.
Persian-inspired restaurants.
Parisian.
Oh, so fair enough. The computer was a bit far away. I was really I don't remember it being Middle Eastern at all.
Okay, yeah. It's not bankrupt. We'll do an episode on. Look at how I've typed that. Bankrupt.
Café Rouge is owned by
Palantir.
Oh, no, it did. Look, it went into administration in 2022 due to a data leak to Palantir.
What the hell? The big table group. It's always big table.
Can you imagine if we accidentally uncovered a conspiracy on this podcast? Owned by Peter Thiel.
What the heck?
What the hell?
Come to Café Rouge, Mr. Thiel.
Come to the Rouge. I like the way the egg sits on the monsieur.
I feel like I am in Paris.
I'm in Paris, which I love. I love very much. Trump 2.0 now. We're in 2024.
Right.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Palantir are reported to win a new $30 million ICE contract to build an upgraded platform called Immigration OS.
Oh, God.
So they've abandoned any kind of subtlety. Mm-hmm. It's mass deportation .io. It's the mini clip of immigration.
Yeah.
They've gamified.
Right.
It's like Tinder, but every time you swipe, someone gets deported.
Swipe them out.
And it's just
country.
Trump. It's on Trump's phone.
Right.
This turbocharges the deportation machine. In October 2024, Norway's largest pension fund, the Storebrand, announced that it had divested all Palantir shares over concerns over Palantir's role in the Israeli military operations. Palantir is funding Ukraine with data. It's funding Israel with surveillance, and it is funding Trump with Immigration OS, iOS, the newest app from the App Store. Yes. From the people that brought you Candy Crush comes Immigration OS. So it's not necessarily going well publicly. Now they're a public company. They can't hide and pretend they've not done anything. Everything is public. So their new plan is to just go, yeah, and what?
What a response.
They go, oh, but you're funding Israel's surveillance over the Palestinians. Yeah, and what?
Come at me.
And you're not. Alex Karp turns and he goes, I'm proud to have worked with Israel, and he's proud to lose employees over his pro-Israel stance. He also says, if I'm not going to do it, who will? Which is, again, just a fantastic argument if you're losing. And again, another petition here, 400,000 Germans sign a petition opposing his policing software in Europe. So again, when the Germans kick off, you've gone too far.
You're in trouble.
Let's take it to the present day. We're now in 2025. Palantir is across a whole bunch of things. They report $2 billion annual revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing really well in the AI sphere. Carp said the other week, Palantir's on fire, like a lot of the cities that we work with. And they claim to do a lot of good things. They help find child trafficking. Now, of course, they could not find the Epstein files. Those were too difficult because they were handwritten.
Right.
And apparently everyone's got them, but no one can release them. Everyone's seen them, and everyone knows everyone that's in them. And Maxwell's in prison, and Epstein was in prison, and he's now dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Prince Andrew's getting stripped of his titles. But they might not exist.
Right.
But all of these people did go to the island, and they did do illegal things.
And we know that.
And we know that. How do we know that? From the files. Where are the files? What files? Yeah. that is what it feels like, trying to have a conversation.
Yeah. It's like they're the people that know everything. Palantir know everything, but they can't identify these people.
Yeah. Palantir currently have a market cap of, I want to say $450 billion. Can we get up the current Palantir market cap, please? Now, if you'd held your investment, James, you could be a billionaire. As of today, it's Wednesday, the 12th of November today, it's $452.83 billion Palantir Technology, based still in Denver, Colorado.
I invested here.
So you invested at you got it at $22, and it's now $190. So that's basically 10x. So your 100 quid would be $1,000. But you're a beta male, and you dropped out.
Oh, God, what am I doing with my life?
And that's why you're on this pub.
That's why
trying to get some experience.
That's why I'm this side of the
Trying to get
desk.
experience so that one day you could be a full co-host. And I see that for you.
Thank you.
But I also see everything you do because I've got ties with Palantir.
And
you can't take that off. You can't take that off for at least 3 weeks. Because I might want to send that back to Amazon. Probation.
Yeah.
You got 3 weeks probation starting in 3 weeks. That's how it's going to work.
Okay.
For people listening to this, James got a gilet and he's still got the tag on. And if anybody wants to send us some clothes or some data, they're more than welcome to. The final thing I want to look at is actually happened this week, which is Michael Burry. Can you look up Michael Burry? Burry.
No, I know Michael Burry from the film The Big Short.
The Big Short. Great film. If you've seen The Big Short, Michael Burry is the investor that plays the drums.
Yeah.
Played by Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Which was very flattering to Michael Burry because he's not as good looking as Christian Bale.
It's like Frankenstein.
It's an Ashton Kutcher, Steve Jobs situation all over again.
Yeah.
And Michael Burry is the real man, the real investor who shorted. Now, shorting, James, is when you bet against something.
Okay.
So if you buy a stock, what you did was you went long. You went long.
I went long on it
for the first time.
Yeah.
You Hail Married it. Go 30 yards. You went go long. You bought long, which is like long term.
So if it goes up, I make money.
So if it goes up, you go money. So what happens with long is you buy now, and then in the future you sell, and you get that price.
Okay.
So what you make is the difference.
Yeah.
Now shorting is basically betting that the price is going to go down, and what you do is you buy the right to sell at the current price. So and buy at the future price.
Okay.
So what you did was you bought now, you sold later, and it went up. Now what he's doing with shorting is you get to sell it at the price now and buy it at the later price. So if the price goes down, you buy it at that discounted price in the future and you sell at the current all-time high price. He thinks the stock is too high, which means he wants to lock in.
What does he think is too high?
He thinks the price of Palantir stock at $190, he thinks the market capitalization of $450 billion is too high. So he's buying an assurance that he can sell his future stock when it dips. He can buy it at the future discounted price and he can sell it at the current too high price.
Right.
And he makes the difference. It's a very weird mechanism that probably shouldn't exist. Michael Burry from The Big Short, he shorted the housing market.
Yes.
He bet against housing. And when the price went down, he made money.
Which is
because
unprecedented.
he was locking in at the all-time high price. Now, he's put how much into shorting Palantir? I think a couple bill.
Should I ask a Palantir?
Yeah, Palantir, yeah. Because him and Alex Karp are now going back to back.
Oh, they're
beefing.
They're going band for band.
They're going from band for band. So this is like Central C and Dave on Sprinter but
Ooh.
with kind of geeky, nerdy white guys.
The investor of The Big Short fame hit back at the Palantir CEO in an X post on Sunday after Karp blasted his latest bets on batshit crazy in a televised interview last week. Doesn't surprise. This is what Burry says. Doesn't surprise me one bit that Alex Karp and his ontology at Palantir Tech cannot crack a simple 13F.
13F is a financial form, basically.
Okay.
Burry is saying the finances don't make sense. One bit. You're worth all this money. You don't make any money. Karp goes, yeah, well, you're batshit crazy, which is arguably not the best defense. When someone goes, look, I just don't think these numbers add up to this valuation.
You're crazy.
You're fucking crazy. Are you mental?
He's gaslighting him.
You didn't even say that.
You're going crazy, girl.
You're crazy. He's gaslight. He's the original boyfriend. He's like a dodgy boyfriend. So I'm actually quite excited. I think we'll do another series on Palantir in maybe a year or so.
See where they're at.
And see where they're at. Because there's two options here. They either continue to soak up all of these government agencies and they could hit $1 trillion valuation. Or nosedive, reality kicks in. Michael Burry makes another couple bill.
Imagine if he does it again.
And that means Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Christian Bale, another film.
That would be great.
The Big Short.
2.
Brackets. Spy company.
Yeah. You won't believe.
You won't believe what happens next.
So will Palantir be like involved in like James Bond and Johnny English and stuff?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay. The spy stuff.
Yeah.
Is there like a fictitious?
You know Q?
Yeah.
It's always like the young guy.
Yeah.
And he has like the weapons and stuff. Not that.
No.
But the nerds working in the room behind him.
Yes.
Going, hey Bond, just so you know, here are all your neighbours.
Right.
And like what they get up to in their free time. And he goes, well, that's not relevant to my mission. I'm looking for Rami Malek.
I need a pen with a gun in it.
I'm just looking for, what's he called? Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that there's someone from Palantir, a little intern. And he goes, I just thought you should know your neighbours are black. And James Bond goes, what?
What are you on about?
What are you talking about?
Just so you know.
I just thought Palantir wants you to know.
Yes.
Your neighbours are Mexican.
Yeah. And
he goes, yeah, the mission is set in Mexico City. It would be genuine intelligence and interesting if they weren't. So yeah, they probably are in James Bond. I think in Johnny English, they don't use Palantir necessarily because they'd go up to Mr. Bean and basically go, here's the medical records of the target you're looking for. And he goes, shut up.
You go,
what? Johnny English is where an accent doesn't talk, right? That's the film.
Yeah. No, he talks in that one.
He goes on holiday.
Okay, right. Interesting. I feel like I've learned a lot and I'm genuinely quite scared and quite interested to see where Palantir ends up in about a year's time.
I think we'll do another episode. Drop in the comments if there's anything you think we've missed. There's a lot of conspiracies, but I'm trying to avoid anything that's too fictitious. What actually happens is mental enough. Where we are currently at is we have 2 Lord of the Rings nerd boys worth about, I imagine, 50 bill each. They're heavily integrated into the US government. They're heavily integrated into big tech. They're heavily integrated into everything to do with Donald Trump, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and I'm proud to call them friends of the pod. If you work at Palantir and you want to whistle blow, and again, it's not a euphemism. I would genuinely like a bit of information. You are more than welcome to come on the pod. If you're new here, please subscribe. Please like what we do. Go and listen to our other episodes. Available last week, we were looking at Steve Jobs and Apple. That's very good. And we're also going to be looking at Yamaha on Wednesday, which is super fun. That is everything you need to know about Palantir. Nothing else. If you're studying economics, you're doing an MBA, there's nothing else you need. That is absolutely everything from the creepiest $450 billion stalker company that you could possibly look at. James, do you have anything to add?
You know, Peter Thiel.
Now that is the end of our episode. We're out of time. Thank you very much for joining. Good night.